You know those pastries that you see in stores is like buttery and flaky and deliciousness? Well, today's episode we're going to make some delicious croissants. Nice warm buttery flaky croissants right here at Chef Vic. So, we're making croissants. But before I start with the dough first, I like to talk about butter. Now, in the French world of making croissants, the best bakers will tell you it's all about the butter. Although the dough is important itself, but the butter is definitely, absolutely the most important thing. Well, because it's 50% of the butter is in there, right? Layers and everything. So, I like this butter, European style butter. I put the brand and the brand and stuff I use, the butter quality and stuff like that on the descriptions, and tell you where I got it. You can order this stuff, I'm pretty sure. But I love this thing. It only contains cream, salt, milk. That's it. You don't want a lot of stuff that has a lot of stuff in it, because the more chances it has a lot of stuff in it, the more chance it has a lot of water content. You don't want that water content in it. This one has pretty much cream and salt, so that means it has lots of pure butter. It has that creaminess that we want. Now, water content is fine, pretty sure it's 100% okay, but you don't want too much of it though. That said though, you want some water because you want the steam, so that's what creates that fluffy, flaky layers you see every place and stuff. So, European butter, make good quality butter. It's worth it, trust me. Oh yeah. So, let's get started making this dough, guys. Alright guys, so we're going to start off with blooming the yeast, and that's a term for rehydrating, pretty much waking these guys up. So all I like to start with is a half a cup of warm water. Make sure it's not too hot. If you have it too hot, it won't work. So what I'm going to do though, I'm going to measure out 1/4 a cup of sugar, because I'm going to need it to add the rest of the dough, to the dough. But what I'm going to do though is add a little sugar to the water. Why? I'll tell you why. Because yeast loves sugar. They eat the sugar. So remember the episode we make beer and we had said that yeast eats the sugar and creates alcohol? Well, that's what it is. That's part of the food. It helps make it more active. It helps in the long run of making your dough more active. Do you need it for making bread? Believe it or not, no. But it helps. So, yeast in there. Shape up the packet. Croissants are very tasty. There we go. Like that. One thing too I need to tell you guys, take your butter out and then get room temperature, but that's the thing though. You don't want your butter become too soft. If it becomes too soft and looks shiny, no good. Put it back in the fridge. You want to be called what's called pliable. Once it's pliable, you're ready to rock, because that gives you time to stretch out the butter with the dough. Because there's certain these oils, the dough will soak it up. It be like, it comes out like type of thing. It makes a mess, and then when you bake your croissants after you're having that struggle with it, you're pretty much gonna see a pool of grease pouring out your croissants, and that's not good. So we're gonna set that aside. Next thing we're gonna do, measure our flour. I love King Arthur flour. They're the best flour in my opinion. Great protein, really nutritious flour. I just love this stuff. This stuff is good stuff. Excellent for sourdough bread. This company been working a long time, years. I like this. It says employee owned, so they treat employees nice. Love that. So it's really good company. So that sugar I said, press in. Perfect. Now it's gonna be 4 cups and 1/4 cup. So 4 cups and 1/4 cup. Be patient with me, sorry. What I mentioned is I just want to say, guys, I'm sorry about that last video I made about the pineapple beer, how that little thing. I'm working with a new editing software, trying to make good try and use good software programs and stuff like that. So still dealing with it. I think I know what the issue is. I'm gonna fix it. So hopefully this video won't be the same. So that's 2 cups. Go. Now you don't have to level out. It's not like cookies or cakes. They have to be that precise. But I like getting in the habit and clean my mess up. Stay clean, stay tidy. So you guys can see it. Perfect. Alright. So, to that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. Use fine salt like table salt or fine sea salt. Fine sea salt gives you a little more pure. So, 1 teaspoon of salt. Boom. Go. Why do you want to add the salt to your flour, not with yeast? For one, salt is a natural, takes moisture. So let's say you add salt to your yeast that you're blooming. Believe it or not, salt will kill that. You don't want that in there. But if you mix it with the flour already and so it contribute into the flour, you don't have to worry about that because that yeast will be mixed well. So just be careful not to add salt to that. Just add salt to your flour first. Always add salt to your flour first. Any bread making you do really helps. So next step is we gotta heat up 1/3. Alright, we're gonna heat up 3/4 cup of milk. Now you want to heat this up. No, yeast has a heat tolerance. If the heat is too high, it will die. If there's no heat at all, the yeast will pretty much stay asleep and they won't do nothing. In that case, you want it somewhat warmed. That's what people say. You look at bread recipes. It is room temperature. That's what they mean. As long as it's room temperature, you should be fine. But since I pulled this out of the fridge, I gotta heat it up a little bit. So we'll be back right now. Alright, so I got my milk heated, warmed. You want to, I would say, some people say blood temperature, so that's like around 98, 99 degrees. No 100. If it hits 100, it's fine. It might work. It might. But don't go higher than that. That might kill your yeast. You'd rather be warm. You know what I'm saying? Like almost your blood temperature warm. You know what I'm saying? Now look at this guy. This thing is bubbling like crazy. You can see this big foam that's been bloomed it. So it's gonna be very active. The yeast is happy. It's a happy fella. So once you see that, it's time to rock. That only took what, 5 minutes, maybe less? And that's just a regular yeast packet. So you use that quick active yeast, you will see that like that. So add it to the mixer. Alright, so we're gonna mix this guy into this little mixer here. This is by Fiber Rare product. It's a good mixer, $100 at Walmart. So pretty cool. With your dough hook attachment. Now, I'm going to add these to this dough or flour mixture. Look how bold that is. Look at that. Happy fellow. Happy. So, milk. I like to wash your hands of course, but yeah, there you go. When it's starting to feel warm, it doesn't burn. It's pretty cool. Add the milk. Put the dough. And we're gonna need this for dough. Knead it in the dough hook for a little bit to get bind together. You might need to add more liquid to this. If not, it should be fine. As long as you see that or it looks too dry, it's best to add a little water. A little water. You'll be good. But yeah, help knead it a little bit. There we go. Look at that. Nice smooth dough. Now with me, a lot of people it's different how they make their croissants. But one of my experience with making them, I don't like to over knead the dough because you gotta keep in mind you making multiple layers with the butter and the dough, and that's still a form of kneading. So I don't want to develop the gluten too much because if you keep doing that, I had one time many years of practicing, the dough was getting too tough to roll out at the third fold. So I was noticing that it was tougher, and then when I baked it, it was really kind of too chewy. You want them soft and flaky and stuff like that. So I treat it like a pie crust, as you think. So the dough is not sticky to my hands, it's tacky. You know, there's a little give in there. It's at that happy medium, I would say. So your dough looks like this, you're on the right track. But let's say you did it, you put the full on gluten and all that, that's fine. Just let it rest throughout the period, okay? So, you get oil. Vegetable oil. This is a little bit on the side. The reason why I just don't want it to stick. Because when it rises, creates moisture. Dough will stick to it. It's natural. But I want to let this rise at about 1 hour. If you let it rise for 1 hour, good to rock. Alright guys, time to make the butter mix, known as the barrage. That's a French term for the butter mix. Now, let's talk about the butter. I mentioned before, notice how it looks shiny. You know, you could press it, form it, kind of mold it. I like to keep it firm. Not 100% firm like fresh out of the freezer or fridge. I don't want to overdo it. So if you let it get too thin, it's just hard to work with, you guys. But the best thing though, the reason why it's for this, once you shape it and mold it into your shape for your dough, we're gonna put it in the fridge. And then I like to take it out and then put it in the fridge with the dough and stuff like that. You want them close as temperature wise as possible. That's why you refrigerate the dough, so you get the same temp. Because you put this cold butter on a warm dough, forget about it, it's gonna melt. So it's about 1 cup of butter. So what I like to do is rough chop it with a little spatula. There we go. And then cut in cubes. See, I think I probably let it get too soft, but it's okay. This actually might be perfect for buttercream even, because the buttercream is the same way you want to make frosting. You don't want it too soft either. You don't want to see it start releasing their oils, because butters would do that. And you have it not releasing oils, either barely getting soft, pliable, you will have yourself a delicious buttercream. But that's another video, maybe in the future. So, a cup and a half. Again, like chopping it. Chopping it up. Choppy. Butter in. Maybe throw some basketball hoops. No. Now to that though, what you like to do is add flour. Why you want to add flour? No matter what you're going to do, the oil is going to release. Okay, let's be honest here. It's going to release on you. So in that case, sorry guys, I'm looking for a measuring cup. But in that case though, you're going to tell yourself, well, how can we avoid that issue? Well, you add flour to it, and what that does not only help the flour be able to shape and stuff because it infuses with it, it also absorbs some of the oil. So you put it in there, you're like, no, you know what I'm saying? It's a deep fry in the oven, so I know I made mistakes. I did that. It's like, come on, you know? So add flour to it, and once I made the croissants, it was beautiful. So adding flour to this is awesome. So I highly recommend it. Some recipes, believe it or not, will not tell you to do that. I don't know why. It's beautiful. It ain't hurting nothing. Anyways, add flour to it. You whip it up, and actually, I gotta shape it. Alright. Got my dough attacher. I got the pedal attachment. That's gonna help it combine it. I don't know why I'm having trouble saying that. Yeah. So, take it slow and whip it up. And here we go. Alright, so the butter's all whipped up. I got a plastic wrap kind of on the counter here. So I'm going to work with that. Wrap it in plastic. So get your butter up. Now, I want you guys to check this out. Look how pliable it is. Look at that. It's almost like because it absorbs that flour. That's what you guys want. Now that's going to help you in the long run. So really highly recommend this. I'm pretty sure all recipe requires this, but I know there's some out there I've seen that doesn't. But yeah, it really helps you guys. So, and your butter. Now notice how I kind of put it in. I'm not putting all in this one big glob. Then there we go. Try and get all the butter. Yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. Kind of shape it. I want to save that butter out of the plate. Now take the bottom. Slowly work this way. See, you can use plastic wrap. For this, and I come around the sides. Pull it down. You know what I'm saying? Shape it, guys. That's what you do. What I'm kind of shape I'm trying to go for is a square, because we're gonna do the envelopes style. And then you go for the top layer. Over. I got a little one. There you go. Tight. Beautiful. Now it's taking shape. Now we're cooking the oil. There we go. Okay. So our dough is risen up very, very nicely. So now we have to chill it. Let's get this. Our handy dandy plastic wrap. I mean a kind of oil. Does not hurt. Kind of get a little rub down. Good. So much thick. It's time to be 100% constant. Full side. So, generally you wanna degas. That's basically what you degas it. Now this is what I was telling you guys about. You do have the option of put in the fridge. Alright. So let's say making croissants today or tomorrow. Take out your dough. So on note self, you making your dough next day or making the croissants next day, make sure you give it a good container in a plastic wrap because it will rise in the fridge. Not like how fast, but it will rise. Little heads up. So, let it go. Right there. Get flour. You're going to need some flour to work with. I got it right here. Now what you want to do, you can do it like that, clear, okay, flip it. Now from this edge, roll it. Very well, roll up there. Making like this little envelope type of thing. Now, your butter packet. Take it out of the plastic. Grab it in the fridge, it's pliable. Do that, nice and pliable. Just like that. Some trash. Close that. This corner. That. See? This corner. Like that. Okay. This corner. Careful package. Goes up there. You want this see-through at all. Take your time. So, this is going to be considered as your first fold. You want a good length to it. There we go. Lightening this like that, make sure everything's okay. Just like that. Look how beautiful that is. Look at that. Okay. Now it's time to fold it in. Just like that. Here's the first fold. Now, you don't want to roll it like that, so what you want to do wrap it up with plastic. You're going to refrigerate this for 30 minutes. So you're going to do this 3 times. And then after this fold, I'm going to take it out, fold it again, and then put it in the fridge. And then another 30 minutes. So every 30 minutes, I'm going to do a fold. So perfect time to cool it, chill your dough, stuff like that. So 30 minutes. Well, there you have it, guys. Nice, buttery, flaky croissants. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to leave a comment. Hit that subscribe. Hit that bell to notify you guys for new videos up to come. And enjoy. So see you guys next time.